Good as any. Coach, how close is the place kicking battle?
It's close. It's close. We're going to go down to the wire with it. Coach Jones is going to make a decision here coming up, but it's close. And we put those guys in pressure situations, trying to see who's going to respond in a positive way. And sometimes that's putting them in adverse situations and seeing, who's going to hang their head if they don't make one. Sometimes that's part of it too, is seeing, hey, okay, he missed one. How does he respond? Is he going to keep his head high and be confident that he's going to go make the next one, or is he going to hang his head? So it's very close, and feel confident that whichever guy we decide on is going to go out and perform on Sunday night for us.
I'm sure you chart all the kicks. Are they just within percentage points of each other?
Yes, we chart everything, and haven't put in the last kick or today's yet, obviously, but they're very, very close. And when you look at it, we break it down, hashes, middle, depth, all those things, and it's neck and neck as far as the percentages are concerned.
Did you put them in pressure situations, and if so, is one outperform the other, like the end of practice type deal?
Sure. No, that's a great question, because we've examined this thing as many different ways as you could. I've looked at every single kick from all of camp to just the pressure situation kicks, to taking out the long ones and the ones that would be more realistic that we'd actually put them in a game situation. So we've tried to look at everything, and they're within 3% of each other in almost every situation, which is it's tough, because that's when you really got to make a decision. You want to be able to, you'd like for it to be just, hey, here's an easy decision, that's the guy, but it's neck and neck.
Is there a chance one might be the place kicker and one might handle the kickoff duties?
There is a chance of that, absolutely.
Would you prefer that?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, okay.
Not necessarily. I prefer to not have someone do what we did last year with all three. That's just a lot, doing the punting, the kicking, and the kickoff. And obviously we're not in that situation this year. But it doesn't matter as far as the kicking versus the kickoff. That's not a huge deal. If we have the same guy doing that or a different guy, that's okay.
Obviously special teams are huge for any team, but with a young offense, a young defense, it seemed like field position would take on so much more importance, and special teams would be even bigger. How much bigger is it for a team like this?
Special teams is huge, especially if you're thinking that there's going to be close ball games. And this is an outstanding team. They've got some of the best special teams we've seen. I mean, when you look at what they have done last year on special teams, it's remarkable. Their returner, the number 9 kid, he's going to be as good as anybody we face this year on punt return. Their punt returner is. He had 2 touchdowns last year. He is electric with the ball in his hands. Their kickoff team, I mean, they only gave up 17-something yards per return last year, which is outstanding. They gave up a total of 13 punt return yards, 13 total punt return yards on the year. So they are very good on special teams. We're going to have our hands full, and this is going to be a good ball game. I mean, they're a very, very good team, and our special teams needs to step up and shine. I mean, that's going to be a big part of it. And as you talked about, field position in a close game, that can oftentimes be the difference. If you're talking about a 1-touchdown game or a field goal ball game, it's going to be the team that was able to consistently put themselves in better field position throughout the game, and obviously special teams is a huge part of that.
Mike, do you feel like you guys are more dynamic in the return game this year?
I feel like we've got the ability to do that. I do. I also feel that we're young. So as far as that is concerned, you don't have, not like every starter's back on your punt return and your kick return unit where you're sitting there saying, okay, we did this last year, all these guys are back, we're going to be really good. You like the athleticism of the guys, but there's going to be some unproven guys out there, and Sunday night's going to be a different speed than even when we go good on good. There's a little more electric in the air. There's a little bit better pace to the game, and as you're going to see, are those guys going to be able to step it up that last little bit and still execute at a high level?
Just talk about Cam Sutton winning the punt return job over Devrin.
Cam's doing a great job, and both of those guys do a great job back there, fielding the ball consistently, and do a really good job as far as when we put them in live situations and said, hey, make guys miss. They can do that. They're athletic. They can make you miss in a small area, and that's what you want from a punt returner.
And Evan Berry's up there on the kick return depth chart. What does he bring to the kick return game?
He's fast. He's fast. Both him and Devrin have that speed that if they get in the open field, they can take it the distance. And the way our kickoff return scheme is, it's not as much making you miss and wiggling. It's more so trusting the return, hitting it full speed and then taking off once you find your crease.
Is there a chance you could use 2 different kickers on field goals Sunday night? Would you like to definitely have it just be one, or is there a chance that if one goes out and misses, you may try the other one the next time? That kind of,
Just for field goal?
yeah.
That's going to be Coach Jones's decision. It's neck and neck at this point in time as far as who the guy is going to be, and we're going to have to sit down and talk about it because it's been that close all the way down to it. It's not been a situation where one guy's just separated himself, and it's more so because they've stayed together as far as progressing, not so much because of where they're performing, but they're performing at the same level throughout, which is a good thing, meaning you got 2 guys that if you wanted to try something different, you could.
Yeah. Thanks.
Time for one more.
Coach, you look at this game, could go up in the air and hinge on a couple different plays. When you look at special teams, how key is special teams going to be to making maybe that play that will make the difference?